What's up guys, my name is Sicky G and welcome back to the Sicky G Plays channel. Now, as you can see, I've got a new accessory, so that's exciting. Trying to spice up the channel a little bit, get the content a bit easier to record and a bit easier to view as well. I don't exactly have the best place for this to sit at the moment, so I'm still kind of getting used to it, so you'll see it change every now and then, but that's fine. Today we are doing something very exciting. Now, if you're familiar with just the world, or in particular British culture, you will know of a woman called Katie Hopkins. Now, Katie Hopkins, well, you can see in one of the recommended videos here, she's not exactly globally liked. She's got some controversial opinions, and she's just an all-round bit of a twat. So today, I thought, for a bit of a laugh, we're going to be watching the top 10 times Katie Hopkins got humiliated. I thought that'd just be class.
What goes around, comes around. Welcome to Watch Mojo
There
UK,
she is,
and today,
in all her beauty.
on our picks for the top 10 times Katie Hopkins got humiliated. Number 10,
Unbuckled,
when you're
unbuckled.
gonna lose it.
So I put on
This is unrivaled. British comedy panel shows. I know a few of these comedians already from watching, stuff 8 out of 10 Cats, stuff like that. I just know this is going to be class.
4 stone to prove that, you're not lucky to be skinny.
When you're gonna lose it?
I love how she looks at the audience waiting for a reaction because she thinks it was that funny. Like, you're waiting to be skinny. She's desperate for approval.
Hopkins comes out with controversial comments on chat shows. The hosts usually wince in outrage, unable to properly fight back with anything too risque.
Jesus.
Celebrity Juice, however, isn't like that. When arrogant or heavily opinionated guests feature on the show, the gloves are off. Going up against comedian Chris Ramsey and ballroom dancer James Jordan on the opposing team, Hopkins is slammed 3 times in under 2 minutes.
Why? That's who you never go for. You can be grossly outsmarted. Like, you could try and debate a uni professor in whatever they teach, and look, you'll come out worst, but you'll be okay. You go up against a comedian, bad move. That's the end. That's actually the end.
Maybe you need to shove less in this end so that you don't get fat.
Do you not lose loads and loads of weight because most of your comes out the front?
Taking digs at his stance
Yeah.
on obesity, the jokes come thick and fast. And Hopkins, well, she has no comeback whatsoever.
Ooh, wouldn't
Of
it be
course
brilliant
not.
if that fat cow couldn't lose it?
To be fair, they probably wouldn't, because unlike you, they probably wouldn't judge you for being overweight.
Number 9.
Wow.
Who would work for you? In this appearance on the debate show Nolan Live, Hopkins is critiquing tattoos and how they harm people's chances of getting employment.
Do you know what my passion is? My passion is...
Eating.
Oh, that's just rude, bro. That's just mean. He looks like he can handle it, but he looks shocked.
How she would not employ someone with tattoos,
Yeah,
and then
look at him.
somewhat randomly insulting the host's weight. It's safe to say that Hopkins puts herself in the crosshairs, and all it takes is this question from an audience member to put her in her place.
You keep saying about who you wouldn't employ. Really, who would work for you?
Oh, bro, that whoever that was, big ups to them. But they sound about 12. Let me guess. She's gonna say loads of people because I'm a successful businesswoman. Let me see.
This is a really fair question, and to be fair, if you work for me, it tends to be people that don't take sick days, always show up for work really hard.
Number
That's most people then.
8. Fired publicly. Back in 2016, Hopkins started
Nice, rocking the Justin Bieber haircut in 2016. So she's kept up to date with the trends.
hosting a highly controversial Sunday phone-in show for the radio station LBC, where she tackled everything from politics to religion.
When they say she tackled them, they mean like this kind of tackle. And not a rugby tackle.
She was fired for a tweet she sent relating to the Manchester bombings.
Oh Jesus! There's no class in that. There's no class in that.
According to employees of the radio station, the announcement that she would be leaving the show was met with massive cheers and applause, and news of the rejoicement was all over the media. You'd think a TV show dedicated to the opinionated rantings of Katie Hopkins would be a rip-roaring success, right? Well, maybe not. And in fact, it turns out that one series of said show, titled If Katie Hopkins Ruled the World, was enough for everyone.
I would never lower myself.
Oh no. Oh, bro. Two insufferable people in the same room. They got Katie Hopkins at one end and Gemma Collins in the other.
To propose to a man. If he's not going to ask me, frankly, he can chuff off.
Okay. That's a thing. Why is this an issue? Like, do your show. I don't really care. I'm not going to watch it, but like, only blokes should propose. Why? Surely just let them do whatever they want. It's not for you.
Wedding proposals, overweight flyers, and euthanasia.
Although I do agree on the overweight flyers. Okay, you got me on this one. I do agree. There should be some sort of standards for public transport or for flying or whatever. Because at least a train you can stand up. A plane you have to sit down for a majority of the journey, and it can be 14 hours long. Bro, if you there should be tests before you get onto the plane for everyone. This is not just for a single group. This should be for everyone, right? There should be an independent adjudicator. They should judge your weight, and if you're too big, you have to buy 2 seats. Sorry, it's not my problem. Smell, you have to smell decent. You can't go in with BO. Oh, and they should have armrest etiquette. So if you're sitting on the window seat and you try and take up the armrest as well, you kicked off. There's no way.
But giving her a platform to do it on her own terms seemed a step too far for the viewing public.
My rule, which I think
Imagine
is very
being her
wise,
kids.
is if you're too thick, you can't tick.
Number 6, repulsive.
Can't tick what? Wait. Can't tick what?
Get a white out, no ticks. Bad B, why your eyebrows so thick?
Hopkins' typical response to being challenged in an argument is usually to haul insults at whoever is opposing her.
You notice, you notice. It's either insult or speak over the top of him.
His appearance on This Morning, when discussing the importance of parents being with their children on their birthdays, Hopkins takes a slightly different approach with host Philip Schofield.
Do not bring India up again, Philip,
Pop
or I
it
will
and-
sit on your lap.
And pop it off.
What is this after? Is this after he like came out? Is that the joke, or is this way before? And it just doesn't mean anything.
Aggressive and borderline flirtatious to Philip when he talks about one of her children, and his response is priceless.
Possibly the worst thing I've ever heard.
Not only does Schofield's shocked silence speak volumes as we see him physically shudder, but his response clearly hits a nerve with Hopkins.
That kind of looks like she wants to sit on his lap. That's a face you don't want to see in the club at 2 a.m.
Number 5, losing the libel case. A lot of people use Twitter to voice their unpopular opinions, and Hopkins is one of them.
But the thing that people like that I do is that I
Is nothing.
iterate the stuff that you can't say anymore because no one's allowed to say it.
But in this rather unusual case of mistaken identity, Hopkins not only found herself humiliated, but she also got taken to court and lost. Big time. Mistakenly aiming slander at food writer and journalist Jack Monroe, believing her to be responsible for something anti-austerity commentator Laurie Penny said. A Twitter onslaught ensued. Monroe later claimed that the comments made by Hopkins tarnished her reputation and even led to death threats.
Jesus.
Took Hopkins to court, and eventually Monroe won and was awarded £20,000 in damages.
Bro, is that it? Depends on, I guess, I don't know what she said, But if you just completely, if you got that kind of following and that kind of platform, and you just completely just shit on someone, like something they didn't do. What, she accused her of damaging a war memorial. If people believe that, bro, 24k is nothing.
Number 4, why are you clapping? While debating one of her favourite topics, obesity, on the Irish chat show The Late Late Show, Hopkins aimed several defamatory comments at obese people, claiming that they should be ashamed of themselves and must be living miserable lives.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, Casey. How are you? You're not hard to spot.
Bro, I thought this would be funnier. This is just depressing. Everything needs to be in balance, you know. I agree that you should be allowed to say whatever you like, and you know, you can joke about anything. I agree that sometimes dark humor or shock value humor is very funny, but just out of the blue comment, like low blow comments, like you're not hard to spot. That's just I mean, why?
I don't know why everyone's clapping. No, because I take issue with everybody clapping. What?
She then tries to comment on the
Cool.
fact that the other audience members are supporting her by applauding, and she does this several times.
Fat and being fat and happy is...
I do not know what you are clapping.
But what starts
Just
as a
keep
throwaway
clapping.
comment just becomes embarrassing as the audience drowns out her complaints.
I'm not proud of being fat, I'm not ashamed of it, but if I was creating and generating the kind of unhappiness that you do with those kind of words, that would be something to be ashamed of.
Wow, amazing. I love the accent as well. Oh God, Irish is my favorite accent. Damn, keep speaking.
Not being fat.
Number 3, the tattoo debate. Yep, we're back on tattoos. But this time, it's the viewers at home that take aim at Hopkins in the form of a poll.
When you see tattoos, you think of someone that is just looking for attention.
Oh, bro. So looking for attention. Talk shows, obesity. The irony is strong with this one.
In a discussion about celebrities who have tattoos and whether or not they are good role models, Hopkins speaks aggressively on the topic and even insults a fellow guest sitting next to her. As an experiment, a poll is held to see what percentage of viewers actually agree with Hopkins' opinion, and the results are a landslide, and not in her favour.
Are celebrities with tattoos a bad role model? Yes, agree with Katie, 80%, and no, 82% agree with Katie Waisels.
Number 2,
Thank you.
geographical names.
Oh, okay, I've seen this one, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Well, take a look at this interview.
A name for me is a shortcut. It's
And
a really
what does-
efficient way of working out what class that child comes from. Do I want my children to play with them?
Whoa, I haven't seen that bit. What? Oh no. So it's a shortcut to determine, I assume, their social class and whether your children can interact with it. So because I'm Nick, does that make me good or bad? I don't know. I guess it's a biblical name, so I'm hoping that's good. But like, I don't know. Derek. There's probably no Dereks in the Bible. I don't know. But does that mean like he's a pleb? Why do they keep having her on the show? Bro, if her ratings on her show are bad and no one likes her, and they obviously don't like her, why the hell do they keep having her on the show?
As well as geographical names like Brooklyn. Presenter Philip Schofield then goes on to remind Hopkins that she has daughters named Poppy and India. And, well, it's all a little ridiculous, you might say.
Geographic. Oh, so Brooklyn or London.
Your
or...
child's called India.
Yes, but you know...
The fact that Hopkins doesn't seem to understand that she is being hypocritical.
Your child's called India.
Award. If only there was an award for people like Katie, huh? Well, thanks to YouTube star Josh Peters, there is. In arguably one of the most elaborate pranks the internet has ever seen,
So good.
Peters had Hopkins
Bro.
travel all the way to Prague to accept a fake award, which was called the Campaign to Unify the Nation
Yeah, that's
Take the
right.
initials of that word and,
Yeah.
Which brings me to Katie Hopkins, the recipient of the inaugural Campaign to Unify the Nation trophy.
The acting in this, like they all held it together. They booked a proper venue. Like this is one of the GOAT tier videos on YouTube. No doubt. When I watched it, it hadn't even cracked 10 mil yet. God, I hope this has 100 million views.
I cannot think of a more worthy recipient.
played
How do
the
you
whole
hold a
thing
straight face?
devilishly convincingly. The guys have Katie arrive and accept the award.
Bro, they have to pretend like they're all racist.
And if anyone was wondering whether this was a step too far, watch your acceptance speech and get back to us.
Nah.
Do you agree?
7.6 mil. Come on. It's got to be bigger than that. Katie Hopkins flirting with Schofield is what turned him gay. And if you also too hate Katie Hopkins, then please make sure to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and you know what? I'll see you tomorrow.
Ain't nobody in the way, boy, what you got to say? No, your God, you ought to pray, cause my boys will keep it. Ain't nobody in the way, boy, what you got to say? No, your God, you ought to pray, cause my boys will keep it moving. We keep it moving, always moving. We keep it moving, never stop. We keep it moving, keep rolling. Cause my boys, we keep it.